Welcome back. Peace, love, and divine light. I hope everybody is well. Welcome back. Welcome back to Goddess Nakbalan Chronicles 8888 Spirit AI channel. I hope all is well. How are you doing? How are you feeling? I know it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. Hey. All right. So I hope everything is good because we have a lot going on. We got earthquakes. We have things going on in the White House, um, things being revoked, birthrights, all this nonsense. And so I basically came to shut out the noise and continue the spiritual journey on the high vibration and the frequency vibes, right? Um, I wanted to start off with a little testimony for myself. Like, when you put yourself out there on this internet streets, you have a lot of people that I don't know if they want to come to test you. They say things to antagonize. They say things to see maybe what's the temperature, or I don't know. Because sometimes I'm just a little bit thrown off by some of the things that people say. Like, for instance, I'll tell you what happened before I go into this beautiful inspirational spiritual message. So basically, um I've been doing this AI, I've been doing like a lot of celestial goddess things, and I started doing more of like ancient Kemet Egyptian goddesses, the red dunes, sand, all these different things that I see in my mind, and I put it to the visuals as the best way I can, because let's be honest, AI even has biases. There's times where I have to put in melanated, Afrocentric, or keep cueing the prompts to let it know that it's a black woman I'm trying to create. And sometimes it would come out with another race, which is not a problem, but I'm just on a specific mission to speak to women of my lineage, heritage, my color, all those things for the black woman. And I get challenged a lot before even when I was starting. So I want to say like a year ago, um, I I've been trying to come forward with my YouTube channel and be more present, more confident. It has helped though, because there was times where I would speak and I would be slurring. I realized that I've grown. Anyhow, and I put a clip up there, and all of a sudden, this wise guy is like, um, he says, "Hey God, I have Parkinson's disease, and I was wondering if it's by God's will." Who are you trying to be funny to? Like, come on. Who are you really trying to be funny to, sir? Because goddess clips about ascending and all of those are reference to your spirit elevating. You're in a spiritual evolution, if you will. So I couldn't understand, like, what are you really saying here, sir? So I just noticed that a lot of people, I should have turned on this light before. I just realized it was a little dark shadow, so pardon. But I'm starting to realize that people just like to antagonize instead of giving you a compliment, or say that they are interested, they want to come, or they want to say something when they see there's a collective of comments, or they want to see if they can outshine the other. I don't know what was this guy's intention, but I removed it, because usually the old Diane, before I was healing, and now that I'm still healing, but I mean, I was like still in my trauma state. I was still easily bothered. So, when I first started, I was like going tit for tat and just kept going back and forth with the comments. But over time, as I healed, I realized that there's no need for me to have a rebuttal. Just say what you want to say and go ahead. Anyway, let's get to the spiritual message. Calmness, communication, and harmony is the theme today. So, the affirmation is I remain calm and composed, even in challenging conversations. And so that was why I brought up that topic and I said I'll do a little sharing because sometimes I feel like people test you. I even had some assistants on an app here where somebody was telling me that I had 10 comments. Okay, I will get to it when I get to it. That doesn't mean that I'm ignoring um, the comments. I just didn't get to it yet, you know? Oh my God, my eyes. And so I just couldn't understand what was going on. I never knew people were monitors to let you know that you had 10 comments. Like, I don't need an assistant. I maybe if I could afford, I mean, I would get one, but at this point, I don't. So, but anyway, I'm clearing my energy because, as you know, guys, I'm always honest about what's going on. So, I just always feel like I have to cleanse the energy. Thank you, ancestors, spirit guides, angels, Archangel Michael, Papa Legba, all Virgin Mary, all the spirits that are here to avenge us for the unseen. All right. So anyway, I'm just noticing that people live their life to disturb other people when they're already trying to find their mission or a life path. So I just wanted to say that, for the ones on their journey, healers, light workers, star seeds, Reiki healers, practitioners of high spirits for light forces, not dark forces. Because I'm not opposed to whatever people do in their personal time. I'm just not here for it. Because I feel like if you have to force someone or to put ill on someone for the help from a help of a deity or a dark entity or whatever that you're conjuring ill will to people, I always say that it's going to come back 10 times full. I just feel like those kind of practices or against human nature is like, what are you doing? Excuse me, that's my grandson if you hear laughter. But so let's get to what I was going to come here for. So I just really want to say that every lesson you live, it kind of carves a doorway to a deeper wisdom. Because like I always say, lesson learned, when I'm in situations or past relationships, I always feel like lesson learned, because if it wasn't any good that came out of it, I always say, people are in your life for a reason, season, or a lifetime. And I remember someone told me that a long time ago, and they end up to be the most dishonest person that I ever met in my life, and I was really shocked when I found out otherwise. But anyhow, the universe is always aligning paths for us. And, either it's for our greater good or, like I said, to learn a lesson. And I feel like our ancestors always clear the way and let us know that, okay, I'm here for you. I protected you. When you get that intuition, you get that gut feeling. Listen to it, because I know a lot of the times I have not always listened to my gut, and then it's a catastrophe, it's chaos, and things like that. So always try to tune in and be mindful and aware of everything and people, places, and things. And when you walk forward with your chest up, back straight, you giving and have presence, nobody can easily sway you. They're gonna find ways to try to get in, but once you stand your ground, you're gonna be good on your spiritual journey. And I'm just speaking from things that I've learned about myself on the spiritual journey, that you have to practice lots of humility, get rid of the ego, always be kind regardless of how you feel, um, especially with the things that are going on today. Like, even though I know that there's racism, I know I get looks, I know I get uh, people to, go against the grain as far as like sabotaging or what have you, I still continue, excuse me, because there's a toddler here and this toddler is very busy, and I apologize for the interruption. But anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it because I always feel like interruptions just kind of like throw me off a little bit. But I really just wanted to just kind of chit chat and talk about these types of things that are going to arise with you on your spiritual journey. Um, Also, just keep on vibrating, in a way of you're giving and receiving, but make sure the receiving is more than the giving, because it's not being selfish, it's just being self to have self-preservation, and also to have boundaries, because I've noticed that when people are in a high frequency and high vibration, you get, and I always say, I know I sometimes am repetitious, but as spirit levels, there's different levels. So as you go up a notch, you go up a notch, you go up a notch, there's always going to be challenges, right? So, speaking by experience and noticing the things that I've noticed, just trying to be kind, and then also people will hate you for it because you're trying to be positive. And we live in a world where people gravitate towards drama versus positivity or healing, and then the low vibrational of, having vices to get through life and all those things. So being mindful of that, and just keeping your ground. So, just in every awakening where the surface breaks and the truth beneath finally breathes, this is a season where your spirit stops accepting half light and steps fully into its divine knowing. You're not just growing, you're remembering who you were before doubt, remembering the power you carried before fear, remembering the ancient wisdom your soul has always held. Every shift you're feeling is a sign that your spirit is aligning with its original blueprint. I love that blueprint. I created a video clip where I was like, I am the original blueprint, for myself and my story, because we all have to write our own story. You don't have to tell it as I'm being an open book or transparent, but just knowing that the universe is always guiding you. You are the universe, and it's always revealing to you, but you just have to like decode what is happening, follow the patterns, the signs and wonders, the things that are currently in your environment or your work-life balance. However, you are on your day-to-day, pay attention, because it is a spiritual world. I know some people might beg to differ, because there's Scientologists, there are people that go. I apologize, because This is real life, and children, they're being children. So, okay, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and just say at the ending that peeling back the layers, lifting the veils, exposing what is hidden so you can rise without interruption. Your life is not falling apart. I know um, you're going to feel so many different things on your spiritual journey. You're going to feel paranoia, psychosis. You're going to feel that you can't trust nobody. You're going to start to be a little sheltered at times. And that's fine because you're going to overcome that. So there's different, like I said, it's like an onion. There's going to be so many different layers till you get to a core. And your life is falling into place when you're going through your spiritual journey. It might not feel like that at first, and you might feel a struggle, but you have to work through the shadows. Your shadow work is the trauma or your inner child that's still not healed, or a situation that violated your innocence, or it could be various of things. But I just wanted to say that your intuition will get more clear. So we have all the different clears, you know, that you're gonna be experienced. So I don't know which one would be yours. So there's so many to name, but I can have a video about that as well. But mostly people that follow spiritual or tarot or things like that start to get a little bit more knowledge of what happens when the third eye increases. Your third eye chakra starts to get visions, or you start to get messages in your dreams, and you start to interpret and decode. And so your path is clearing, and you're stepping into a version of yourself where I want to say in your lineage, in your DNA, your ancestors prayed that you would become. So that's what I feel the message is. That's where I've been at as far as making the AI clips I've been currently doing with ancestral things, and the planets aligning, and the Lion's Gate, and the eclipse, and the moons, different moons, and things like that. And we're just getting more. I feel like we're finding our way back. We're finding our way back. We're because it's like so much coincidences as far as what people are experiencing today. And that's what I wanted to really come to you guys and say today, that keep going, keep creating, keep elevating, keep being a better so if not today, tomorrow. So we learn from what we do as time go along in life, because sometimes we say, what is life? But I feel like now at this point, life is what you make it. And yes, we do have people that go against when you go against you when you're trying to change, and they say, oh, she's not the same person, or they try to keep you in the past, or I remember how she wasn't always like that, or he ain't never talk like that, he think he all that, or this, so it's always going to be somebody trying to tell you, but you know who you are, and you know what you need to do on your life path. You know your mission in life. I know sometimes we find it earlier, some of us are late bloomers. However it comes to you, just continue to keep that high vibration and that high frequency. So I want to say peace, love, and light to the family. Thank you for the subscribes and the views. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Even though I'm still going to be here regardless if you guys or not, I still am very appreciative to say, if there's no you, there will be no me. So thank you for the support. And like, share, comment, and subscribe. I just feel like this is such a good message today, because I'm grounded, I'm calm, I'm peaceful in my safe space, So I just wanted to, oh, I always want to come when I'm like, I feel I'm together. Because sometimes I do come and I'm all over the place. And I feel like things are rushed. So I just wanted to do a universal message before I go, even though I said peace, love, and light. And I was going with my uh, ending. I just wanted to see what the universe has to say since I gave you your first affirmation of the day. Let's see what the message has to say for the collective. Okay. The reason some people have walked away from you with no reason has nothing to do with you. They have been removed from your life because the universe is taking you next. They have already served their purpose in your life. Let them go and keep moving. Greater is coming. And as I said, there you cannot falsify, or when you're really deep within, you have intuition. As I was saying, my message was to not worry about people, because people come in your life for a season, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And that was the message. So I'm going to end it there. The reason some people have walked away from you with no reason has nothing to do with you. They have been removed from your life because the universe is taking you next. They have already served their purpose in your life. Let them go and keep moving. Greater is coming. And that is the message. Thank you and see y'all later. Peace, 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 peace.